Have you ever sat in a quiet room and wondered why your own children do not seem to understand you anymore? Not because they are bad, not because they do not love you, but because somewhere along the way, life changed. They became busy. You became quieter. They started rushing through their days. And you started noticing the little things they no longer see. The phone call that feels too short. The visit that feels too rare. The way they say, "You're fine, right?" before you even have time to answer. Maybe you have felt this too. After a certain age, many seniors do not want to complain. They do not want to be a burden. They do not want their children to worry. So they smile. They say, "I'm okay." They change the subject. But deep inside, there are things they wish their children understood. Not big dramatic things. Simple things. Human things. Things about aging, loneliness, pride, memories, family, and the quiet courage it takes to grow older. And by the end of this video, you may look at your own life, your parents, or your children a little differently. The first thing many seniors wish their children understood is this. Getting older does not mean the heart gets weaker. Sometimes, it means the heart feels more. A mother may be 74 years old, sitting by the kitchen window with a cup of coffee, watching cars pass by. Her children may think she is just resting. But in her mind, she is remembering school mornings, packing lunches, tying shoes, waiting up at night. The house used to be loud. Now the refrigerator hums louder than any voice in the room. And this is the part nobody talks about. Many seniors do not miss being young as much as they miss being needed. They miss someone calling from the other room. They miss a child asking, "Where is my jacket?" They miss making dinner for people who came home hungry. So when an older parent asks, "Did you eat?" or "Are you getting enough sleep?" it is not nagging. It is love trying to find a place to go. The second thing seniors wish their children understood is that loneliness can happen even when family still exists. You can have children. You can have grandchildren. You can have people who love you and still spend most evenings alone. This does not mean the family failed. Life is busy. People have jobs, bills, children of their own. But for many older adults, the days are long. Very long. A 5-minute call can become the brightest part of the whole week. A small visit can give someone enough warmth to carry for days. Before you ignore this, think about your own life for a moment. There may come a day when one short message from someone you love feels like sunlight. Just a simple, "I was thinking about you," can bring peace to an older heart. The third thing seniors wish their children understood is that independence still matters. Many older parents do not want to be treated like children. They may move slower. They may ask for help with a phone, a form, a heavy bag, or a ride. But they still have a lifetime of wisdom inside them. They made hard choices before their children even knew what life was. They survived losses. They raised families. They worked through difficult years. They learned how to stretch a dollar, how to forgive, how to keep going when nobody clapped. So when children speak too quickly, take over everything, or make decisions without asking, it can hurt more than they realize. A senior may not say it. They may just nod. But inside, they may feel invisible. The gentle advice here is simple. Help, but do not erase. Support, but do not control. Ask, "What would you like to do?" before saying, "Here is what we are doing." Because dignity does not disappear with age. The fourth thing many seniors wish their children understood is that their stories are not just old stories. They are pieces of who they are. Maybe your father tells the same story about his first job. Maybe your mother repeats the story about the old neighborhood. Maybe your grandfather talks again about the car he bought in 1968. And maybe you have heard it many times. But here is what many seniors discover too late. When people stop asking about your memories, it can feel like your whole life is being quietly packed away. Those stories are not just stories. They are proof that they lived, that they mattered, that they were once young, nervous, excited, heartbroken, hopeful, and full of dreams. One day, those stories may become the very things you wish you could hear again. So listen. Even if you have heard it before, ask one more question. What was that like? How did you feel? What happened next? Because sometimes, listening is one of the deepest forms of love. The fifth thing seniors wish their children understood is that they do not always need advice. Sometimes, they just need presence. When an older parent says they feel tired, they may not need a long solution. When they say the house feels quiet, they may not need someone to say, "Join a club." When they mention an ache in their heart, they may not need someone to fix it right away. Sometimes they need a chair pulled close, a calm voice, a hand on the shoulder, someone who does not rush the conversation. In America today, everything moves fast. Phones ring. Emails pile up. Families live in different states. But love often lives in slow moments. Sitting together on a porch, driving to the grocery store, watching an old movie, making coffee in the morning. Those simple moments say, "You still matter to me." And sometimes, the smallest change after 60 can bring back peace. The sixth thing seniors wish their children understood is that change is harder when you have already lost so much. A younger person may see downsizing as practical. Selling the house may make sense. Moving closer to family may be helpful. Letting go of old furniture may seem simple. But to a senior, that house may hold 50 years of life. That dining table may remember birthdays. That old chair may remember a spouse who is no longer here. That box of photos may carry voices they cannot hear anymore. So when children say, "You don't need all this stuff," it can feel like they are saying, "Your memories do not matter." The real reason is deeper than most people think. Older adults are not always holding on to things. Sometimes they are holding on to moments. So be patient. Let them grieve the changes. Let them tell the story behind the object. Let them choose what stays and what goes. Because letting go takes time. The seventh thing seniors wish their children understood is that they still want to feel useful. Many seniors do not want to spend their later years only receiving help. They want to give something too. Advice, recipes, family history, a kind word, a prayer, a lesson learned the hard way. They want to feel that their life still has a purpose. A grandmother may light up when asked to teach a family recipe. A grandfather may sit taller when asked how he fixed things years ago. An older parent may feel alive again when someone asks for their opinion. Not because they need to be right, but because they need to feel included. So ask them, "What do you think? How did you handle this when you were my age? Can you show me how you used to make that?" These questions are small, but to an older heart, they can feel like being invited back into the family. The eighth thing seniors wish their children understood is that silence does not always mean everything is okay. Many older adults were raised in a time when people did not talk about feelings much. They learned to keep going, to be strong, to not make a fuss. So when they are hurting, they may not say, "I am lonely." They may say, "It has been quiet around here." They may not say, "I miss you." They may say, "I know you are busy." They may not say, "I am afraid of being forgotten." They may say, "Call when you get time." What happened next is something many older adults quietly understand. They wait. They wait for the phone to ring. They wait for someone to notice the sadness behind the smile. They wait for family to come close without being asked. So if you have an aging parent, listen beneath the words. And if you are a senior watching this, maybe you have done this too. Maybe you have hidden your needs because you did not want to trouble anyone. But your feelings are not a burden. Your heart still deserves care. The 9th thing seniors wish their children understood is that respect matters more than perfection. Children do not have to do everything right. They do not have to visit every day. They do not have to have perfect words. But respect matters. Speaking gently matters. Not rolling your eyes matters. Not making jokes about age matters. Not treating an older parent like they are in the way matters. A senior may forget a name. They may ask the same question twice. They may move slower at the store. But inside, they are still the person who once held a family together. They are still someone's mother, someone's father, someone's grandparent, someone who has walked through more life than most people can see. Respect is not complicated. It is patience. It is eye contact. It is not rushing them through a sentence. It is remembering that age deserves tenderness, not annoyance. And the 10th thing seniors wish their children understood is perhaps the most important. They know life is busy. They know their children have responsibilities. They know the world is expensive, stressful, and demanding. They are not asking for everything. Most seniors are not asking for grand gestures. They are asking to not be forgotten. They are asking for a little time, a little patience, a little understanding, a little proof that the love they gave all those years still has a place to return to. Because deep down, many older parents have one quiet fear. Not death, not aging, not gray hair or wrinkles, but becoming invisible to the people they once lived for. That is the ache many do not say out loud. And maybe, if you are over 60 or 70, you understand this in a way words can hardly explain. You may have spent your life giving, working, cooking, driving, worrying, forgiving, showing up. And now, in this chapter of life, you do not need applause. You just need connection. You need someone to see you. Not as old. Not as difficult. Not as someone to manage. But as a person. A person with memories. A person with feelings. A person who still wants love, laughter, purpose, and peace. And here is the hope. It is never too late for families to come closer. It can start with one honest conversation. One phone call. One visit. One apology. One afternoon spent listening. One child saying, "Tell me more." One parent saying, "I miss you." Love does not always return in a dramatic way. Sometimes it returns quietly. At a kitchen table. On a Sunday afternoon. Through a message that says, "I'm thinking of you." Through a grandchild asking about the old days. Through a family finally slowing down enough to remember what really matters. So if you are a senior watching this, please remember. Your life still matters. Your stories still matter. Your wisdom still matters. And your love has not disappeared just because the house is quieter now. And if you are watching because you have aging parents, grandparents, or someone older you care about, do not wait for the perfect moment. Call them. Visit them. Ask them how they really are. Listen longer than usual. Because one day, you may wish for one more ordinary conversation. One more cup of coffee. One more story you thought you had heard too many times. If this message touched your heart, subscribe to Senior Life Chronicles. And in the comments, tell us one thing you wish your children understood, or one lesson life taught you after 60. Your story may help someone else feel less alone. And before you leave, share this video with someone in your family. Because sometimes, one honest message can open a door that has been closed for years.